Hello, bonjour, namaste, ni hao, and ohio everybody. What is going on? It is Galeriot here, and welcome back to the YouTube channel once again for another Danmachi Memoria Chronicle video. And today we are here to take a look at the skills and kits of the brand new Bell and Ais coming for the first anniversary of Crow. We're gonna break it all down. We're gonna take a look at the skill previews we saw in yesterday's live stream. Of course, we got an idea of what they're capable of doing and of course what their skills look like in game thanks to yesterday's live stream. So in this video, we're gonna break it all down. Now, of course, if you guys going to enjoy today's video, please be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel for more content, and let me know your thoughts on the Bell and Ais so far. What do you guys think about their kits? What do you guys think about their skills? What do you guys think about the brand new mechanic Bell is going to introduce into the game as well? We'll talk about that later on in this video, but yes, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Now, you might be wondering, when are Harmonia and Aphrodite going to release? Well, we don't know yet. I do think that they'll probably release sometime in the near future, in terms of like in August itself, maybe at the end of August or start of September, the first week of September. But there is also a very good chance that they might be the part 2 units, because of course, remember that this is being split into 2 parts. It's a 2-part story event, and there's a very good chance that Harmonia and Aphrodite are a part 2 unit. Now, there is a very good chance that we might be getting more units in part 2 and that these guys are still only part 1, but we'll have to wait and see. We have no idea on exactly what direction they're going in when it comes to the anniversary story just yet, right? It is going to be interesting to see, whether or not it's actually going to be the case where, we are going to get a proper part 2 with some brand new units and stuff, right? Because if we go over to the news page on the website, right, before we get into the, details, as you can see right here, Diva Harmonia part 1 has been confirmed. So this is literally a part 1. There's going to be a part 2 as well, and a part 2 is going to take place after the 11th of September. So we're going to have to wait and see and figure out for ourselves on whether or not Harmonia and Aphrodite are part 1 or part 2. We'll have to figure that out. But anyways, in today's video, the focus is on Bell and Ais, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to take a look at their kits, we're here to take a look at their skills, and that's exactly what we'll do. So, of course, I've got the live reveal right up here right now for us to take a look at. And the first thing we're gonna do is take a look at Bell's skills. So, first and foremost, the first thing you need to know is that these 2 characters are both wind attacker units, as you can see right here. I am a little bit surprised that they've gone down the wind route, to be quite honest, even though I know that Ryu wasn't an insane unit in terms of like being a dominant wind character that we thought she might have been for the wedding event, right? But I think at the end of the day, the main thing I was more so hoping for with the Bell and Ais and just generally the first anniversary units was that they'd either be electric or potentially fire, more so electric. And the reason why I say electric, even though I know we had Artemis, we have Valentine's Rewrite, both units are pretty strong in their own right anyways, right? The problem is electric doesn't have anybody else, realistically speaking, in terms of the general pool. And of course, giving an anniversary unit, the electric typing would make it so much more beneficial for those who want electric units. I know so many people are struggling with electric because they couldn't get Artemis, they couldn't get Valentine's Ryu, and obviously with the general pool units being as ass as they are, the electric side, I thought electric would have made a lot more sense than wind, in my personal opinion, because wind still has the likes of Ais, it still has the likes of Otaral. Wedding Ryu just came out as well. So in that sense, there was a relative, good selection of units there for wind, right? Now, we'll take a look at the kit in a moment. Let's take a look at the skill preview first and foremost. So first and foremost, that is the special move. That is Bell's special move. It's called Cracked Firebolt, and effectively it places a field. It is a wide range circular AoE attack, and it also inflicts a field effect just like Summer Lily, and that in my opinion is going to be insane, especially depending on how much damage it can deal over time. Of course, we can't really judge it based on what they're using right now, because as you can see by the stats and everything, I'm pretty sure they're not fully leveled up. They're probably not having any scene cards on them. All they have is Bell and Ais together basically, which Ais can help a little bit, bit, but not in an insane amount. You know what I mean? That's his first skill. His first skill is a very quick skill, it seems like, which I like. You can probably also skill cancel out of it, which will help you guys out a lot. Now, the second skill is where things get interesting, and it introduces a brand new mechanic to the game. So let's go back a little bit so that you guys can see it from the very beginning. So the second skill is basically a charged attack, and you can also charge it, as you can see right there. You can effectively charge it. The reason why it's slow in that animation is because you are holding it to charge the attack more. So for the first time, we have a proper charged attack in the game. Now, of course, this could mean a lot of things in the future, of course, right? We could see charged normal attacks. We could see charged skill ones, charged special moves. This is going to make things very interesting, and of course, depending on the strength, we'll have to wait and see on how that pans out, of course, right? I am very much curious to see how it all pans out. You're going to probably want to use it for shield breaks more so than anything else, right? Against bosses, it'll make the most sense probably, right, to do that, right? And then, of course, you can see the special move once again. They launched it there, and then the skill one as well. Again, I'm really liking the look of Bell's skills, and I really like the idea of him bringing something new and fresh to the table, which I am very, very excited about. Now, let's go over to Bell first and foremost and take a look at his skills. The title is not Heroes, baby. It's Heroes Island Bell Chronicle. His special move is Cracked Firebolt, and it deals great damage to enemies and grants your unit Etoile. Etoile is seemingly looking like it's going to be another set of stacks, kind of like the Liaris, kind of like how Philvis stacks a magic, right? And the Liaris stacks that, the Water Bell gets from the New Year's, following in the Sword Princess's footsteps, Water Bell Chronicle, right? It's probably similar to that. It's probably going to be a different set of stacks, unfortunately. Initially, I thought I saw the stacks granting thing, and I was like, oh shit. Is it Liaris again? But I don't think it is. I don't think it is. If we go back a little bit, right, and we take a look right here, right, you can see that he gains 20 stacks of it at the bottom, as you can see right under his HP bar, right? You can see that he gets 20 stacks of something. That's not Liaris's image, so it's completely different. It's a completely fresh set of stacks. I do wish in the future they revisit some of these existing stacks and stuff, right? Because I think that'll be the better way to go about it, rather than continuously introducing new and newer ones every single time. I think they definitely need to work on that, basically. There is this is not increased skill cost. I think that's a bit of a mistranslation thanks to Google Translate. Somebody Google translated and then shared this image, so that's what I'm using here, basically, right? But it's not increased skill cost. What it does is it reduces the skill cooldown, basically. So basically your techniques come back up faster. If you take a look at this, right, I mean, if we go back here, I don't know if he had his skills up already, but let's see. I hope we can get an idea. No, he already had his skills up. So maybe if we can go a little bit forward to beforehand. 1 second. Let's go back to before this. We can't even see it. So he uses the skills here, right? Let's see. And then he uses a special move. Yeah, we can't really tell the skill cooldown going up. Unfortunately, we can't. I would wish we could, but it doesn't seem to be the case. You also get increased movement speed, which is amazing. I think that's going to be pretty insane, especially depending on how much movement speed we get. And then on top of that, it also creates a field that will deal continuous damage to enemies within it. I think that's going to be pretty fascinating to see, again, like I said, how much damage it actually deals. The multipliers are going to be the big one here. Again, a lot of people will take a look at the kit and be like, oh, this is an amazing unit, this is a bad unit, and so on and so forth. But we can't really say anything until we see the multipliers. So right now, of course, based on this, it looks really good, but we'll have to wait and see based on how the multipliers look, of course, right? Skill 1 is Sonic Rush, deals damage to enemies and grants skill cost reduction to your own units. Again, reduces technique cooldown, it seems like, which is pretty good. And then it consumes Etoile to deal more damage. Deals damage to enemies and inflicts fire, the burn the bolt move 2, that is skill 2. Consuming Etoile increases damage dealt when charged. Damage dealt is further increased. So yet again, it comes down to the fact that, you know, they want you to basically charge it to be able to deal extra damage. Now, we also have the awakenings here in the bottom, which it's not very clear, of course, to you guys, but I'll try and read it so that you guys get an idea of what the awakenings do. So at awakening 1, the numbers go up, of course, as per usual. But along with that, you also get HP regen on the unit. So basically, you can recover HP when you get him to A1, which is pretty darn good. A2, doesn't seem to change anything in terms of effectively giving anything else, but you do get at the third and fourth attack of wait, hold on a second. Power of normal attacks has been increased. Okay, so no, wow, this is new actually. Wait a second, this is completely new. One second. You guys can barely read it, but this is brand new, I think. At A2, his basic attacks go up, and then the third and fourth normal attacks, the basic attacks, give étoile stacks. So A2 actually now increases basic attacks as well, the normal attacks, which is going to be very interesting. That is actually going to be surprisingly important. That is going to be huge, in fact. Also, skill 1 goes up, and then you also get special move cooldown as well. Wow, okay. So not only do you get the technique cooldown, you get also special move cooldown at A2. Man, A2 is going to be very important, I think. A2 is going to be very important. And then A3 increases the burn the bolt stuff and also increases wind damage dealt when the ability is completely charged up. Okay, that's interesting. And then A5 just increases the numbers basically of the special move 1, which is absolutely fine. But I'm very, like, A3 is going to be very important, I think, or at least A2 at minimum. A3, of course, will be super powerful, but A2, I think, is going to be the bare minimum people will want for this Bell Chronicle. The fact that you're getting so much, you're getting both normal attack boosts and special skill 1 boosts as well, not to mention the special move cooldown, and also getting more étoile. I think A2 is going to be very, very important. I think A2 is going to be significant for this Bell Chronicle. That is very impressive. That is very, very impressive. I think that's going to be pretty darn strong. All right, let's take a look at Ais Wallenstein now. The new Ais coming up in the first anniversary, of course, right? We'll take a look at her. We already have her image up as well. So let's take a look at what she does in game first in terms of the animation, of course. Do we even get to see the animation here? I don't know if they did show the animation or not. It doesn't seem like it. Wait, did they not show the animation? They must have shown it earlier on, actually. Wait, they must have shown it during the PV, actually. So we'll check the PV out. I think we'll have to check we'll have to check it in the PV. So, okay, there it is. So we see Ais Wallenstein here, of course, right? As you can see in the top left, there she is. So she basically deals a damage, effectively. She deals some damage on her assist skill, right? But along with that, she also is able to pull them in. So she's a bit of crowd control as well. I know we had another unit that was capable of doing that. I can't remember which unit it was off the top of my head, but I remember there was another unit that was able to pull the enemy in. Now, this can be a cool thing, assuming you can pull all enemies in. It'll just help you out. I do hope it gives them a little bit of a stun when they do get pulled in, because the problem is when you pull them in, they immediately attack, usually, from what I remember. So the problem is that while pulling them in helps, it's not really controlling them because they're immediately able to attack. So you're basically taking damage in, in exchange for pulling them in. So we'll have to wait and see there. It also gives your units a shield, which is pretty darn good. Also, one more thing, 1 second. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the second skill also inflicts burn, by the way. It inflicts burn. I don't know if I mentioned that with Bell. It inflicts burn. And the reason why I came back to that is because one of the passive skills is very important on Ais. But you also get a shield on the active skill, or the assist skill, I should say, which is pretty cool as well. That'll help with some taking less damage from when you pull the enemy in, I suppose, right? But the passive skills of Ais Wallenstein includes granting your unit increased damage when the enemy is burnt, which is fine, I think. It's not amazing. I don't really like this that much, but with Bell being able to inflict burn, with Haruhime being able to inflict burn, with Asfi being able to inflict burn, and along with a bunch of other units, I think that's fine. I think there's a lot of units that are able to, inflict burn, so it's not as bad as, say, increasing damage when the enemy is poisoned, for example. I think poison is a little harder to do because of the fact that there's so few units, right? It's only the Halloween units and obviously Chloe, right? So this is a little bit better because there's just so many more units that have the burning increase effectively, right? You also get an HP bonus on the second passive skill, and then the third passive skill increases wind damage dealt, which is absolutely fine. Now, let's zoom in a little bit and see the awakening effects. So, A1 increases damage from assist skills, increases shield effect and duration. It also increases skill damage dealt to effect as well. So, your action skill damage goes up as well. Then A2, A3, A4 are all increasing the passives. And then A5 increases the effectively effects. There's no, the cooldown also goes down, but that's to be expected. But everything else is about the same. So Ais doesn't look too bad. That being said though, if you have the Wedding Ais, you probably don't need this one. I think Wedding Ais is probably going to be a lot better for players, to be quite honest, compared to this Ais. We're going to have to see her in game to try her out and everything. But right now, based on what we see here, I prefer Wedding Ais. I'm not gonna lie. I think you want to go for Bell and that's it. Just go for Bell, and then if you have Wedding Ais, you're sorted, to be quite honest. I really do think you're sorted. This Ais is gonna do a decent amount as well, of course, with the crowd control, the shield and everything. But I just think that Ais is a better overall assist for Bell, to be quite honest. That's just my personal opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about Bell and Ais, both of them. Do you guys like the look of them? Do you guys like their design? Which one do you guys want to go for? Are you guys planning on going for them, or are you guys going to wait for Harmonia and Aphrodite? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Until then, take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.